TAP stands for the Technical Assistance Partnership. It was created in 2015 in response to a call for ESF and ERDF technical assistance.
It exists essentially to help organisations to apply for European funding. It's traditionally quite a complicated process to apply for European funding, so it's useful to have some people around who've got a lot of experience in being able to do that.
The partnership is made up of a number of public and private sector organisations. It's led by East Riding of Yorkshire Council. We work with the Humber and York North Yorkshire LEPs, local authorities, universities and private sector organisations to raise awareness of the ESIF programme funding and to ensure that local people engage with the programme and we can maximise that funding.
So the combined amount of funding that comes into the Humber LEP area and the York North Yorkshire East Riding LEP area is about 200 million.
And we've been working directly with TAP to enable us to make sure that projects that come forward to access this funding are delivering on the priorities that we've set out in our strategy.
What the LEP then does is it allocates an amount of its European funding and it makes this available through a call.
So a call for projects is essentially a briefing document for applicants to let them know what project activity we are looking to commission through the ESIF programme. So it sets out the amount of funding that's available, the kinds of activities we're looking to support and the sorts of outputs that we are looking to achieve through that funding.
They are a call to apply, so essentially it's like filling in an application form for a job, but these applications can be quite complex
in terms of the amount of detail and information that's required.
Sometimes it's for quite a large value of money.
It might be that there's a need for some coastal flood projects. It might be for helping to support businesses with their research and innovation practices.
They can be quite rigorous. They require costings, financial modelling, state aid, procurement,
and making sure that programmes are structured to make sure that they're eligible for the funding. So TAP are there to provide that support, to help people through that process, through the outline and on to full application if their project is successful at that stage.
The first part of TAP's role is to start to publicise this call opportunity. So they do some work there, there's press, there's social media, they've got a big mailing list of partners in the area who have got the capacity to deliver this type of project.
We put on a called launch event essentially, so we invite people to come along and hear more about the call first hand from the LEP, from the Technical Assistance Partnership.
We get a range of potential applicants attending the call launch workshops. Some of them have got projects that will meet the criteria and do respond directly to that call, but that we might have an applicant that's got a project there that doesn't necessarily specifically fit what it is we're asking for. So the TAP can work with them to help shape that project to make it fit more appropriately with the call, or at least to manage their expectations that actually that project isn't necessarily suitable for that particular funding stream, but that there are other opportunities to access other monies that they can be directed to.
The TAP project ensures that a number of workshops are planned in around the calls so that support's available. When people come along to the workshops, we like to deliver those workshops in quite an informal way because it's really important that we understand those individual organisational needs. Also, it provides an opportunity for us. We have funding specialists there from the partnership and from the LEP that can provide that information, advice and support. All of the members of the team have worked on European projects and other funded projects, either applying, delivering, so they bring a wealth of knowledge to the table.
So that we can provide the most information possible to the applicants that give that strategic overview of why we're doing this call, what the need is, what we're looking for, and then the more specific and technical information about, well, how do I apply? What are the requirements? What additional support is available?
We're very keen to ensure that organisations work together because we feel that's where we can really gain maximum benefit from the calls. So where it's appropriate, we will also broker partnership seminars to get people together to talk more about their ideas and see where we may be able to get organisations working together. Whilst at the same time the one-to-one support is there to run alongside of these workshops whenever it's required.
They've got a wonderful top-down view of what's happening in the area, and they're great at joining the dots for projects and organisations, and they understand the complexity of the funding. They're a real source of support and experience, essentially.
So by accessing TAP, you're getting a whole host of different types of support. So there's the workshop support that tells you what the call is all about. So that's explaining to you what the call needs to deliver. So that helps you straight away understand whether or not it's something that your organisation will be able to do.
We've only been running a few months, but so far we're on target. We've got participants on programme, we're running to profile, and everything's going well for us. We've got people into employment already and people going into education, so it's all positive at the minute.
You're also able to access one-to-one support, so that when it comes to the day that you're sitting down to write your application and you come to a bit that you just don't understand, TAP or a phone call away.
They supported us on two ways: specific advice, right from the beginning, from the first call, to highlight how to answer some of the questions, the way to highlight the benefits of the projects, particularly relating to the local priorities within the funding applications.
TAP were really supportive at the beginning around the guidance and documents, and also around their training sessions and workshops have been really helpful to understand the complexities of the European programme.
You're getting access to a programme of workshops that TAP have developed that are all about the general things that come up again and again: financial modelling, state aid, procurement, all of the things that are, if you sat down to write that application on your own, you might get to there and go, I have no idea what I put in this box. TAP are the people to help you through that process.
There are questions in the bidding process that you will find difficult to understand, but the TAP team are on hand to help you with those types of questions, and it really is worth persevering. We've made such a difference to some of the people in North Lincolnshire with the funding that we've received. I would suggest anybody really just tries to go for it.
By the end of the programme, almost £200 million will have been invested across both of our local enterprise partnership areas.
That will have benefited thousands of people directly. They've been able to access work, they've got improved skills, and all of those projects then have a wider impact on our local economy. So there's a ripple effect that goes out from the investments, in that if you're helping people to get jobs, then there's more money in the local town where those people live and work. If you're helping people to improve skills, the chances are that you're improving the prospects for their children and future generations of that family. And if you're investing in a flood project, then actually you're protecting that land and the local land for generations to come. So whilst the investment is 200 million, I would say that the impacts to the area and to the local economy are huge.
TAP has built the capacity within local organisations to enable them to apply for funding and to do that in the most effective way, and that will have a legacy moving forward when there are other funding opportunities that come up through government or other sources like charities, and that will hopefully stand people in good stead for taking advantage of future opportunities.
My advice is speak to TAP from the beginning. Speak to TAP throughout the creation of your projects. Understand the compliance issues, the funding requirements before you start putting a project together. That in that case, things are dealt with from the beginning with the support from the TAP team.
Contact TAP as soon as possible if you are putting in a bid, just to make sure that they can send you all the advice and guidance that's available.
It's really important that you understand all the aspects of running a European programme before you embark on it, and I think TAP offer that awareness raising and embedding understanding so that people have got a full picture before they go forward.
We as the TAP team are incredibly proud of how the partnership has worked together, how we've worked with the LEPs, and to see the positive impact that these projects are having on people, residents, communities, local businesses and future generations to come. And that is the legacy of TAP.